Good afternoon and welcome to our sixth annual Black History Sunday Dinner Celebration. My name is Brenda Lewis and I am your moderator for today. We're going to try to move expeditiously. We don't want to waste any time, right? Folks want to eat. It's lunchtime. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, I just want to thank you for coming today because you are the ones who makes this celebration successful. We can't do it without you, so I thank you for coming on today to share in this event. The first thing we're going to have is a film clip, and it's called Soul Food, and it gives you an idea of what Sunday dinner is all about. And I'm sure in every culture all over the world, Sunday dinner is a special time. Sunday dinner is when all the family members come around, all the children and Big Mama and Papa, all the matriarchs, and everybody comes and they bring a dish and they put it on the table and we sit down and we talk and we laugh and we have some serious moments and we share. Sometimes we cry. All kinds of things happen at the table on Sunday dinner.
We always had Sunday dinners at Big Mama's. They were a tradition that started down in Mississippi when the old folks got together after church to talk smack and chow down on some good old soul food. And Big Mama kept the tradition going when she and Granddaddy moved to Chicago. Holidays, of course, were bigger. More folks, more eats, more souls, more soul food. People would be rolling in from all over, like Uncle Remus, who was always hitting folks up for $2 because he was always broke. Before Granddaddy died, he used to own a barbershop, corner store, and a laundromat. Not bad for a black man in those days.
An introduction to Sunday dinner. So since it's an introduction to Sunday dinner, before we go and partake, we have some presentations. There are people who come into your life that come to this campus, the College of Alameda, and they make a big difference in the lives of people, in the lives of students, in the lives of staff, in the lives of their peers, people that you never forget, people who you miss. And so we want to honor one of those people on today. Somebody that we all love and care about. Why? Because this person demonstrated what true love is all about. This person demonstrated what it means to care for people. It didn't matter who you were a person and you were important. So we want to present this plaque today, this certificate, and we will have a plaque coming later on, to Myron Jordan. Tony Cook is not here today, so we're going to ask Dean Paula Armstead to come and receive this in her place. Tony Cook worked with us for a very long time. You can find her in EOPS. And she made a difference in the students' lives. I've heard the stories. I've had them tell me, if it had not been for Ms. Cook, I wouldn't have made it. The other half was Paula Armstead. So it's only befitting that she would receive this.
Thank you. Tony sends her condolences for not being with you guys today, but she says she loves you all. Thank you.
All right. Now, there's another person who's been on this campus for a very long time. And right now, she's unable to be with us, but we love her so much. You know, there are just some people who never get their just due, no matter what they do. But she's a sister that stands strong, and she's my rock, my big sister that I love so much. And I've seen her interact with students, with faculty, and she loves the staff. So I'm going to ask one of our committee members to come up and receive this certificate for Rochelle Olive. We have a saying, give me my flowers while I live. I want to be able to smell them and see the beauty of them while I'm living, because when I'm gone, I can't do anything about it. So we thank you for your patience with that. So now we're going to have the blessing of the food, and we're going to eat. Lord, we thank you for the food we're about to receive, for the nourishment of our bodies. We ask that you would bless it, purify it, and sanctify it, Lord, that it would nourish us and give us strength. We thank you for this time together and this celebration. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. And so while you are continuing to feast, I would like to invite one of our faculty members, Wanda Sabir, up to the podium. Let's give her a hand as she comes.
Good afternoon, family. I wanted to introduce a couple of my dear friends who are phenomenal artists, Zakia Capehart Bowling and her dear husband, Bryant Bowling. And they're going to serenade us with some beautiful poetry and music. And I'm going to read you a little bit about both of them before they start. Zakia is a poet, storyteller, performing and visual artist, radio producer, and host. She is from New York, where she studied at the Henry Street Settlement, Frank Silver's Workshop, and HB Studio. She has performed her poetry at the Brooklyn Moon Cafe and other venues in the New York tri-state area. While living in Oakland, Zakia participated in Stage Bridge Theater Company, the Downtown Oakland Senior Center Writers Workshop, and the Cousin Zika Writers Group. Zakia is a member of the West Oakland to West Africa Poetry Exchange Group, Woe to Wa, and so am I. She participated in the 2018 Poetry Slam, wherein she and other Bay Area writers or poets traveled and collaborated with poets in Ghana, West Africa. Thank you for joining us, Zakia. Bryant Bowling holds a Master of Arts degree in musicology and a BS degree in music education from Morgan State University. Mr. Bowling is a Fulbright scholar where he studied in Kenya and Tanzania, East Africa. He was commissioned by the Maryland State AIDS Administration and the Baltimore City Health Department to write and direct a rap musical entitled It's a Time for Life. We're protecting ourselves against AIDS. Currently, he lives in the Bay Area with his wife, Zakia. He is the band leader of the Royal Ragtime Review Minstrel Troupe and the Bryant Bowling Quartet, a Bay Area jazz ensemble. Mr. Bowling has been commissioned on 3 occasions by the Akanani Foundation to write and perform productions addressing community awareness. I'd like to welcome Zakia and Bryant.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brian P. Bowling.
And I am Zakia, G.E. Capehart Bowling. And we are the To Be New Cultural Gatherers. Thank you. We'd like to start by thanking the College of Alameda and Professor Wanda Sabir for inviting us to this wondrous occasion.
We also would like to take the time to thank Ms. Brenda Lewis, the administrator to the Dean. Thank you, Brenda, for all your help in putting this affair together. And also Mr. Sean Foster with the IT department for helping out with this event.
So the Sunday dinner which is a celebration that takes place in Kumasi, Ghana, West Africa, and is a tradition amongst the Ashanti people, making the seasons and timing of various agricultural activities once every 6 weeks. It is also a commemoration of the ancestors.
Our theme for this program today is 400 years of the African American experience. We've been in this country for 400 years, and our music and our poetry reflect our experience here in America. It talks about the love we have for our family, for our community, and for Mother Nature. So without further ado, sit back and enjoy, and it's important that you
Listen, and you will hear the tales of our people, their joys and their fears.
With expressive songs
And poetry that moves. This song is dedicated to a people who are blacker than blue.
Dream of a land my soul comes from. I hear a hand stroke on the drum. Shades of delight, cocoa hue, rich as the night.
Afro blue,
Afro blue, Afro blue, Afro blue, Afro blue. Elegant boy, beautiful girl, dancing for joy in a delicate world. Shades of delight, cocoa hue, rich as the night. Afro blue, Afro blue, Afro blue, Afro blue, Afro blue. And two lovers are face to face with undulating grace. Laugh and play and slip away to some secluded place. Shades of delight, cocoa hue, rich as the night. Afro blue, Afro blue, Afro blue, Afro blue, Afro blue.
listen for the drum beat. Listen for the drum beat. Can you hear the drum? Can you hear the drum? I hear the drum beat. Drumming, 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 drumming. The elders say the drum beat mimic our heartbeat, for it is the lifeline of our existence. Without our heartbeat, we cannot continue to live. Without the drum beat, we forfeit to give to each other the legacy of our ancestors. For they taught us to always stay close to the drum beat, the drum beat, the drum beat. It is important that we continue to love, cherish, honor, and respect our rich heritage. For Africa is the cradle of all civilization. We come from a noble people who were kings and queens, mathematicians, herbal healers, scientists, engineers, astrologers, astronomers, all swaying to the rhythmic pulse of our culture. cultural identity. Whether from north, south, east, or west of the motherland, the entire continent of Africa communicates through the drum beats, the drum beats, the drum beats. So listen for the drum beats. Listen for the drum beats. Can you hear the drum? Can you hear the drum? I hear the drum beats.
Afro
Drumming, 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 drumming,
Afro
drumming, 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 drumming.
Afro Oh, pirates, yes, they robbed us, sold I to the merchant ship. Minutes after they put I in the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly.
Won't you help me sing
These
songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs.
emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but us can free our minds. Don't care for nuclear energy. None can stop the times. How long will they kill our prophets while we stand around and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We got to fulfill the book.
Won't you help me sing
these
songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs. This year marks the 400th year since our African ancestors were enslaved here in the United States of America. We give homage to our ancestors that survived the Middle Passage, as well as those that did not survive it. They all made it possible for us to be alive today. Some of our African American pioneers that left the South to escape slavery traveled west to the free soil of California. However, they soon discovered the struggles over slavery were widespread here too. We must remember, lest we forget. We must remember, lest we forget. We must honor the courageous African American pioneers that settled here on the West Coast. Ancestors like Mary Ann Wright, better known as Mother Wright, humanitarian and activist who lived and worked in Oakland. Delilah L. Beasley, historian and newspaper columnist, a journalist for the Oakland Tribune. And Bridget Biddy Mason, activist, nurse, philanthropist, and real estate entrepreneur. We must remember, lest lest we forget. We must remember, lest we forget. Other African American pioneers like Louis G. Green and Reverend Jesse Hamilton and Robert and Winnie Owens. These ancestors built the cultural, civic, spiritual, and economic foundation for change and equality in Los Angeles. Bridget Benny Mason was also part of that collective. We must remember, lest we forget. We must remember, lest we forget. And ancestors like Marcus A. Foster, educator and first Black superintendent, Michael Franti, musician, filmmaker, and humanitarian, and Mary Helen Pleasant, entrepreneur and abolitionist. We must remember, lest we forget. We must remember, lest we forget. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs, redemption songs. Thank you.
Yes, I'd like to ask, how many fathers in the house today? How many fathers are in the house? Raise your hand if you're a father. Okay. Well, this song is dedicated to all the fathers that's in the house today. Not only to the fathers, but to your father and your father's fathers and all the fathers in the world. The name of this song is Song for My Father. If there was ever a man who was generous, gracious, and good, that was my dad, the man. A human being so true, he could live like a king, 'cause he knew the real pleasures are in life to be devoted to, and always stand by me. Oh, I'll be unafraid, unafraid and free. If there was ever a man who was generous, gracious, and good, that was my dad, the man.
You were tall and bald when we met. I remember you cursing and swearing. I was merely a maid in arms, but I knew you was my papa. Lean and mean, hopping quick and steady, brilliant in your thoughts and constant in your habits, perpetuating wisdom in my eyes and others, possessing knowledge and understanding that encircled our heads, educated by life experiences and mother wit. You were a self-taught man. Oh, how I miss you, Papa. I cry when I think of how much I really do miss you. I recall how my sisters and I used to gather around you for storytelling time, and how intensely I listened while sitting on the front porch swing during the summertime, or nestled around the radiant fireplace in the winter. When all was serene and innocent, your stories were always real to me, like the daily problems we encountered in the rural South, and your resourcefulness in resolving those issues. Papa, I miss your wisdom. I miss your intellect. I miss your humor. And oh, how I miss your storytelling times. But mostly, most of all, I miss you.
Hey, the man, the man, the man, the man, the man, the man, the man. Again, we'd like to thank everyone for coming out and listening to our program today. I know we are kind of short of time, so we're going to cut our presentation a little short today because we got other speakers that's going to come up to the microphone. But before we leave the microphone, it's important that we remember that Black love is revolutionary. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to ask Sean to come with the film clip from Family Reunion. And then it's only about 1 minute. And then we're going to have our own faculty music extraordinaire come, Glenn Pearson. And he's going to give us a quick history of Old Negro spirituals and their meaning and their purpose.
Pray on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer. And everything, yes, is gonna be alright. Hey, pray on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer. And everything will be alright.
Is this what we paid for?
What is she talking about?
I'll tell you what she's talking about. This is the first family reunion we have had in 5 years. Aunt Ruby, she's 96 years old. 96. Family reunions are about uniting the family, bring together the young and the old, singing and dancing and thanking God, giving him the glory, thanking him for getting us over. As we marched up the road this afternoon, what we saw were young men gambling, fighting, cussing, women with no clothes on, gyrating all over on this land. Do you see this shack? The man and woman who were born here gave birth to this generation. They were slaves. They worked this ground. But they bought it from the widow of the slave owner. And that's the kind of blood we have running through our veins. That's the stock that we are made of. What happened to us? What happened to us? I mean, who are you? Do you know who you are? What happened to the pride and the dignity and the love and respect that we had for one another? Where did it go? And how do we get it back? I'm gonna tell you. Young black men, take your place. We need you. Your sons and daughters need you. Did you understand what I just said? You were sold off and had no choice. Yes, but now it's time to stay. Take your place. Now, starting now, starting now. Young black women, you are more than your thighs and your hips. You are beautiful, strong, powerful. I want more from you. Take your place. I want every single one of you, young man, young woman, turn to the next person standing alongside of you. Grab them and hug them and tell them that you love them. Tell them if you need anything, come to me. If you need somebody to talk to, come to me. I'll give you the shoulder. I'll give you the hug. I'll feed you. I'll clothe you if you need it. That's how you start. From this moment, when you leave this reunion today, you take that with you. God bless you all.
God bless you.
There are times we might not see eye to
Good afternoon. I am Professor Glenn Pearson, head of the Department of Music here at the College of Alameda. Who can tell me something about the African American / Negro spiritual? First of all, who has never heard of the term? Who in here is not familiar with the term Negro spiritual or say African American spiritual in one context or the other? Does anybody not know about the African American spiritual or what it is? Oh, those of you that do, you can abstain. Okay. Anyway, what I'd like to do, I think I want to approach it this way. I'm going to put up a set of lyrics, play a few strains along with some performances of these same spirituals, and then afterwards I want to just present some question with regards to what it is that you extracted from the lyrics or what is being said within the context of what is being sung. So this is our first one. This is Steal Away. Now, my question to you is this. Do you see a common thread or theme that runs through each of these sets of lyrics within the three examples of the spirituals that I just presented? The common thread is about going somewhere. Okay? The common thread is about going someplace. Okay? All right? Contained within the spirituals. Now, some of you may be aware, one of the cultural differences in terms of African influences that are found within the colonies that were established in South America and the Caribbean, contrary to those that were established in North America, with the exception of Louisiana Territory, is that drums were taken away. There were no drums should have said the forced African laborers in North America were not allowed to keep drums. Anybody know why? Have any ideas as to why they weren't able to keep drums? It was feared that drums were means of communication, and there was truth to it. There was a major slave revolt that had been organized in North Carolina that they attributed to the fact that these slaves had drums, and though they did not share common languages, they shared common rhythms. Okay. However, one of the things that came about was the idea of turning these people into good Christians and teaching them good Christian hymns and teaching them scripture and so forth. And in that context, it was felt that, oh my God, they're just singing and just as happy as they can be. Okay. And as long as they were singing, it was considered that they were happy and content. And what was actually happening within the context of these spirituals was the planning and organization of escape. And you know, it was also, I think, one of the ironies, I'm sorry there's not more here to share in on this discussion, was that there was a law written that made it illegal to teach a slave to read. But at the same time, the portrayal was that, well, these people aren't that intelligent. They really can't learn too much, so you have to worry about them too much. So that was an interesting irony. But I think the profound aspect is that they were able to take the context of song and embed hidden messages under the noses of those that enslaved them to plan escape. So that is the point that I'm wishing to raise in this, in showing the inherent intelligence and cleverness that the slaves possessed. And just as another subtext to this, I'd like to add, how many of you know about quilting? Do you know of the association of quilting with regards to the Underground Railroad? That was another aspect. There were certain designs and symbols. And you know, the slaves, you had the quilt masters on the plantations that made quilts for the household. And they would hang these quilts out. So it would be certain symbols to say, well, no, don't go this way, go that way, or, you know, hold up. Not a good time to travel. Okay. Wow. All right. So in conjunction with the symbols of the quilts and the inherent messages in the spirituals, they had it going on. Okay. They managed to work things out. So that was the point that I wanted to bring into, you say, discussion and consideration for today. Okay, thank you.
Woo. It's been a great day, though. It's been a great day. A lot of work was put into planning this event. And we had a great committee, faithful people. We started meeting in August. Some fell by the wayside, and that's okay. People do what they can do, right? Sometimes it's just not in them. But there's always a faithful few, the ride or die, that's going to go with you all the way to the finish line. And I want to say thank you to my Ride or Die committee. You did a wonderful and a great job. I know it was a lot of sacrifice, a lot of cooking, a lot of traveling, a lot of going over here and going over there and staying up. But you know what? And we had to do our jobs too. Okay, we still had work to do, but we got it done. And that means a lot. And you know what? I just want to say, that's how leaders are born. Leaders do whatever needs to be done to come to that expected end. They don't sit down in the middle. Once you start rowing, you got to go all the way to the other side. Otherwise, you sit in the middle and you could drown. You could sink. You could be lost. Or you never achieve that goal of getting to the other side. So I see who the leaders are. I know who they are. They're determined to make it all the way. So I thank you. I thank the faculty. I thank the staff, the administrators, and the students. A lot of people gave of their time, of their talents, and of their treasures to make sure that we had a great ending of our Black History program. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.